Well, see, all you need is a good weapon, and you can win the fight. Hi everybody, welcome back to another Scotty Karate video. Oh, don't mind this, it's just a weapon. That's right, we're talking about weapons today. Should you be carrying them? How many? Should you always carry a weapon? Well, that on today's episode of... So should you always use a weapon? Yes, of course! Good night, appreciate you watching my video. What, not good enough? Alright, let's get into it then. So, lots of people use different things. They always have their go-to. Some, it might be their trusty flashlight. Yeah, if I hit them with this, they ain't going nowhere. I can do some damage. Maybe. Or, maybe it's not the weapon. Brass knuckles? Seems like it does pretty good damage. Should you be carrying brass knuckles? What else we got in our bag of tricks? Knife. I'm not doing that to the bag, sorry, no. Should you be carrying a knife? Is this your go-to? Is it going to help you? Is it going to save you? Are you sure? Maybe. I don't know. What else we got in our bag of tricks here? How about a pen? Trusty number 2? Ain't good enough. You have to have a pen. You got to make sure it's metal. Tink, tink, tink. Or you won't survive. Is any of this true? Hello? Are you there? Is any of this true? No, it's not. So, having a weapon is great. So, let's pretend you picked your brass knuckles. That's the one you want to have in your pocket, ready to go. So, in case some fool tries to jump you, bust him with the nuts. Well, that's great, unless you suck. This is harsh, I know. But the reality is you can be prepared. You can have a knife, a gun, you can have a flashlight, you can have whip and chain, you can have ball bearing, you can have everything you want. But you have to be able to hit the other person. This seems pretty simple, but you'd be surprised at how many people do this. For example, walking home, carrying a stick, just in case that bad guy comes after you, ain't doing nothing if you don't got the skill, mindset, and ability behind it to use said stick. What you're going to do is have a stick. Bad guy's going to come up there and go, but here, and you're just going to give him the stick. Stop it. Wrong. Back. Now with that out of the way, get down to brass tacks. Or brass knuckles. Yes. If you don't know how to use the weapon, it's useless. You have to train with the weapon. So, if for example you're wanting to use brass knuckles as your go-to weapon, in case somebody decides to jump you, fools, well, that's great if you know how to use them. So you need to train, you need to practice, no matter what weapon it is. If you're using a knife, train with a knife. Get used to it. Get used to pulling it out quickly so you don't have to sit there and pull it out. Get used to having these weapons on you. Get used to using them. If it's only a weapon you carry every so often, like once a week, once a month or something, the odds are you're not going to be attacked during the time period, or you're going to get so used to not having it, you're going to forget it and not pull it when the adrenaline hits. So you need to train with them. So if you want to use brass knuckles, for example, you need to train with them. You need to actually practice with them. Have them on you. Pull them out, put them on, and strike with them. Make sure you can put the damage to the person you're wanting to do it to, but you need to train with it. So first and foremost, if you don't know how to use the weapon, it's a waste of your time, waste of your effort, waste of the weapon. Why spend a bunch of money on this big fancy knife if you don't train with a knife? There is a little more to it than just put the pointy end the other dude.
Do you know how to use that thing?
Yes. The pointy end goes into the other man.
So, with that being said, you need to take and train with it. Now, after that, that's great. Now you know how to use brass knuckles. You know how to hold them. You know how it feels to make contact with them. You know different angles you can strike with them. Great. Awesome. But do you know how to fight? It's a moot point if you don't know how to fight. And this is why. Weapons are great, but they're an extension of you, right? If you train martial arts, you hear this a lot. The extension, it's an extension of you. The sword is an extension of you. The nunchucks, the side, and so on. All weapons are. So, for example, if I want to use brass knuckles and I want to put it into the other guy, right? I want to hit them with it. Well, if I can't hit them with it normally, if I can't strike them, I'm not striking them with this either. So you have to be able to hit the other person. Now, this is a duh statement, but you'd be surprised how many people just think picking up a stick on the way home, having a pair of brass knuckles in your pocket, that makes you good. It doesn't. Because if you don't know what you're doing with them, or more to the point, if you don't know what you're doing without them, then it's a waste of your time. You have to be able to use the weapon for its designed purpose. So if you're using knuckles, you have to be able to hit them. If you're using a knife, you have to be able to get in to cut them. So on. So you have to understand that weapons are an extension of you and your abilities. If you don't know how to fight well, you won't know how to hit them with brass knuckles well either. It's just how it is. You have to train. Everything builds on the basics. Basics of martial arts, basics of fighting. I don't care how great you are with, say, nunchucks. If you don't know how to get in and out, to work with your distance and your line, you're not going to be able to get in to strike them with whatever weapon it is. So you got to work on these things. It's a little harsh, I know. But this is something I want you to understand because it can affect you and cause you to get in trouble. Last thing I want is you think you have some brass knuckles on you, so you're good. And then something actually happens, and you don't even have the forethought to even get them out to use. And if you did, you don't know how to get in and strike them with it, it didn't matter. So these are things you should work on. If you have been, awesome, you're the best. If not, probably need to put some work in. Something simple, going out, getting a weapon you're using, and training with it. And if you haven't trained in anything yet, you need to start training. Because basic training is going to be a lot more effective than any weapon you're going to pull. Well, I hope you learned some. Hope you got a little more insight on what you should be doing if you have a weapon or if you want to use a weapon as self-defense. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell in the corner so you know when videos are posted each week. And as always, the more you train, easier the fight.